What is computational thinking and how should it be taught? The recently revised national curriculum has seen a shift in focus from teaching children basic computer literacy skills to developing their understanding of computing. Computing draws largely on computer science, which is a concept that specifically aims to encourage children to use computational thinking in order to be able to effectively solve a range of problems and gain a better understanding of the world that they live in. So what is computational thinking? Well, firstly, computational thinking should not be thought of as thinking like a computer, nor should it be thought of as thinking like a computer scientist. Instead, it should be thought of as the ability to think of different ways to solve a range of problems similarly to how a computer does. As suggested by Barr and Stevenson, computational thinking is an approach to solving problems in a way that can be implemented by a computer. Considering this, it is noteworthy that computational skills are not limited to the confines of computing. In fact, they can be applied within any task that requires critical thinking and can be taught in school to help children become proficient in finding solutions to problems and develop their thinking across the curriculum. But what does computational thinking involve? Brendan Resnick suggests that there is little agreement about what computational thinking encompasses. Indeed, there are many definitions that coexist in relation to what constitutes computational thinking. However, within the context of the revised computing curriculum for Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2, it involves logical reasoning, algorithms, debugging, decomposition, and abstraction. Logical reasoning can be defined as the ability to use a sequence of methodical approaches in order to get to a conclusion. Google's definition of computational thinking does not acknowledge the concept of logical reasoning. However, I would be inclined to suggest that it is a valuable aspect of computational thinking because in order to solve problems, children must be able to think logically. Moreover, promoting logical reasoning enables children to envisage how systematic steps can be followed in order to reach a solution within a multitude of learning areas. This draws a parallel with Berry, who suggests that children use logical thinking within a variety of scenarios across the curriculum, such as in science, where they use it to explain the results of their experiments, and in history to discuss the connections between cause and effect. An algorithm is an unambiguous procedure or precise step-by-step guide to solve a problem or achieve a particular objective. Children are first introduced to algorithms at Key Stage 1, where they should be able to understand what algorithms are and how they are implemented as programs on digital devices. Berry's precise definition of an algorithm provides a clear insight as to how they are used within other learning areas. For example, children use algorithms in maths when calculating number, in PE in order to follow a dance or gymnastics sequence, and in design and technology when following a cooking recipe. Debugging can be defined as the process of identifying a problem and being able to fix it. Within a computing context, this would relate to children being able to find and remove errors in a computer program or software. However, it is possible for the concept of debugging to be promoted across the curriculum by getting children to peer assess each other's work in order to identify any mistakes and suggest improvements. Decomposition is the process of breaking problems down into smaller, more manageable parts. Berry states that children use decomposition within computing to work out what the different parts of a program or system do and how they are interrelated. However, children can also use decomposition within geography to break down the countries within the UK or to show the different countries that make up a continent on a map. Abstraction is the process of being able to simplify problems by focusing on the important information and ignoring any irrelevant detail. Wing suggests that abstraction underlies computational thinking as it enables programmers to reduce the complexity of a task, which in turn makes it more efficient. Away from computing, comprehension tasks in English provide an optimum opportunity for abstraction, as they task children with breaking down and deciphering a piece of text in order to answer key questions. In conclusion, it is particularly evident that computational thinking is a process that can be applied by children to think critically and solve a range of problems across the national curriculum. I will teach computational thinking to children by acknowledging the various opportunities that each learning area provides for children to use computational thinking and promote them accordingly. To expand, by encouraging children to generate innovative ideas, problem solve and be experimental with their ideas, it can become possible for them to apply computational thinking across the curriculum due to the versatile nature of the concepts that underpin it.